We will now proceed to our next speaker, a world-class athlete, F45 Madrid owner, Real Madrid and EuroLeague legend, Mr. Joe Arlauckas. He will talk to us on the subject of gym adaptation in the post-COVID-19 era and present the F45 Madrid case. Mr. Arlauckas, over to you.
Hello, how are you?
Good, you.
Good. Thanks for having me. Well, first of all, I want to say the typical thing that we say nowadays. No, I hope everybody's happy, safe, and healthy, doing well, families, friends, and everything that's going on in this world is a little bit crazy. But that's the most important thing, that everybody's happy and healthy. And I'd like to also take this moment before we begin to thank Active Media, Haris, just showed up in the screen, and Akis, and the whole team of one of the most innovative companies that I've been associated with over the last couple of years. And just the fact that we're sitting here in this video conference right now, in this Front Runners Sports Management Conference, is just an indication of just how up on the times this company is, and how pleased I am and honored I am to not only work with you guys at Active Media, but also be a part of this Front Runners with so many important people, which I don't feel I'm that important, but I'm here anyway, so I enjoy it. Hey, Artis, how are you, my man?
Hello, everyone. I'm back here. The stage is yours, and thank you so much for your kind words.
Thank you guys for having me. As I was saying, I want to get started, but for the people who don't know anything about F45, I have a short video. I think you guys have the video to load it up, and I might as well start with that, just for everybody to get an idea of what F45 is about if you don't already know. And I think this video kind of it captures the essence of what the gym, at least it was about before COVID. So if we could play the video, that would be great.
At F45, we believe that the best exercise is simple, effective, and most importantly, great fun. We prepare our members for everyday life by drawing from a vast array of exercises to deliver a new workout every day that combines functional human movement with high-intensity interval training. That is, short, sharp bursts of exercise alternated with slower recovery phases in a quick 45-minute workout. In many ways, F45 is all the things you're not getting from a typical gym. We're not about treadmills and stationary weight machines. Instead, you'll find kettlebells, ropes, sandbags, barbells, and medicine balls, as well as ample space for running, jumping, climbing, lifting, and throwing. There's also no feeling of intimidation or isolation. We train as a team, and our workouts can be scaled to all levels of fitness. Lastly, there's no chance of boredom because you're guaranteed to never do the same workout twice. Every class is programmed by a team of elite trainers before being rigorously tested and refined to ensure the body's muscle groups and energy systems are worked in deliberate sequences to maximize the intended physical benefit. Our intensive cardio-based workouts are designed to kickstart the body's metabolism and increase muscle definition, while our resistance programs help to build that muscle which will melt the fat. When it comes to our hybrid systems, we've really broken the mold. Members can now train like a pro surfer, an elite quarterback, or just sweat it out in front of a live DJ for the ultimate fitness party experience. The end result is a customer who's finally engaged with their fitness. They have more energy, visible toning, and a body that can stand up to the challenges of day-to-day life. Training well is not about maximizing your time at the gym. It's about maximizing the quality of your workout and maintaining that consistency over time. But our world-class programs are just the start. Members get a consistently high-quality experience every time with the help of our proprietary exercise TV technology. And real-time heart rate monitoring via F45 Lionheart ensures that everyone can train at just the right level of intensity for their level of fitness. Add to that live DJ sessions and a premium fit out, and you've got a fitness experience that will leave you exhausted, exhilarated, and begging for more. Numerous tests have confirmed the body's maximal response to prolonged exercise takes place in the first 45 minutes. Want to know more? Schedule a call with me using the button below.
Perfect. I hope everybody got a good look at the video, because I'll probably refer back to it a little bit during my little speech now. I want to go back to the beginning. I think it's important to go from the start for me with F45. My daughter worked in Qatar in Doha, and she got a job from a friend of hers, and that job was being a head trainer or one of the trainers at an F45 in Qatar. Of course, to be really honest with you guys, I wasn't really excited about my daughter going to Qatar. You know, number one, because it's so far away. Number two, because as Americans, we have a different idea towards their societies and their cultures. So, you know, she was having a let's say struggles when she was there in the beginning, and she asked me to come visit. So I jumped on a plane. I went to visit her, and mostly I went to visit her because I wanted to just make sure she was okay and see where she was living and see what she was doing, so forth and so on. And she says, "Daddy," she says, "I'm teaching classes tomorrow from 8 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Would you mind taking a class with me?" And it was typical. I said, "Come on." I said, "Come on, Tess." This is my daughter's name, Tess. I said, "Come on." I said, "Those classes are for girls. They're for women. They're not for men like me who likes to go to the gym and like spend an hour and a half, 2 hours in the gym and like run on the treadmill, lift weights and act like a man, you know." And that was my thought process. And she's like, "Daddy," and I had like 8 days or 9 days to be with her while I was there. And she's like, "Daddy, please, please, please," she kept begging me. She said, "It'd make me feel so happy if you took the class with me." So I said, okay. I joined the class, and it ruined my vacation because I worked out for 36 minutes. I sweated like I've never sweated before in my life. I was sore in places that I never knew existed on my body. I had muscles that I never knew existed on my body. And I couldn't get out of bed for the next 2 days. And I thought to myself, I said, what am I doing in a gym for 2 hours every day? Especially getting up to my age where I'm at now, where I'm now 55. This is when I was like 52, 53. I said, this is the future for me. This is the way to work out. This is, if I want to stay in shape, this is the way I need to stay in shape. Quick, fast, get to the point. Like the video said, I mean, the most we achieve is in the first 45 minutes of our workout. The rest of the time, we're just really wasting time. And I liked it. I liked it, and I was approached by the owner of the gym in Qatar, which is in the Pearl, actually. They're the smallest gym. Most of the gyms are very small. They're boutique gyms. Most of them are very small. They're the smallest one of all of them in the world. I think there's over 3,000 or 4,000. I'm not even sure how many. They had the highest amount of volume and the highest amount of sales in the entire world. Obviously, number one is because the Qataris pay a higher price. They had over 600 members that were paying, I think, maybe 300 to 400 euros a month to go there. So the volume was incredible. And so the owner asked me if I would be interested in opening one in Madrid, because he has them all over. He has a couple in Charleston. He has some in Bangkok. He has them all over the place. He has like 12 of them. So I hesitantly said yes, because my life was perfect. My life was EuroLeague basketball, podcast, teaching kids basketball, doing my articles. My life was perfect. I was able to travel to Greece whenever I was asked to for certain conferences, for certain tournaments, for pro-ams, and everything was, I mean, as simple as can be. And I knew opening up a business would just destroy my life. I knew it was going to change everything. So I pretty much said no. And then they called me up with an offer. Him and his partner called me up with an offer that was one of these offers that personally I couldn't refuse. It was one of those offers that if you refuse it, you'd regret it for the rest of your life for not doing it, because you'd always ask yourself what could have been or what should have been. And now that I've done it, even though I'm enjoying it, I regret it, because now it's part of my life on a daily basis. I do this 24 hours a day. As I was sitting here waiting for the video to come, I'm changing classes, people in classes, because of everything. Let me go back. It was a 2-year process from that time until we found the location, we built out a location, we did everything we needed to do, and we were supposed to open on January 15th of 2000. Things get delayed. It's a franchise. So with the franchise, everything has to be perfect. The stars have to be in the perfect place. The stripes have to be in the perfect place. Everything has to be to detail. We have to do a Zoom video just like this, measuring where the stars are, if they're 40 centimeters apart, if they're, whatever, 1 meter and 50 centimeters from the floor. It's a tedious and annoying process, to say the least. And it makes you hate the franchise in so many words. It's so much easier to say. It's just, it makes you hate the franchise, because they made it so difficult for us to open up the doors, because everything had to be perfect. The construction went a little bit slower than we expected. So instead of our January 15th opening, we were delayed just a little bit under 2 months. And we got all our paperwork from the town, from the government, from the franchise, from the builder, everything on March 11th. Well, March 11th was our Zoom meeting. March 12th was our final approval. And March 12th at 6 p.m., Madrid shut down, totally shut down. So we never actually had the ability to run a class. We never had the ability to even open up the door as a physical business yet. Even to the point where when I asked for government help, they refused us the help because we were not actually physically open yet. It didn't matter that I had a company that was running this gym. It didn't matter to them. It's the fact that we never even got to open up the doors because of the COVID situation. So now, I mean, this is, I guess I've caught everybody up to where we are at this point and why I'm here, I guess. We spent the next 3 months trying to be as creative and as innovative as possible with no customer base. We had about 420 people signed up for what we called our what do we call it? The founding membership. Okay, it was a founding membership for 128 euros a month. You got 2 weeks for free to come in. We gave you a bag, we gave you a gift, we gave you the lion heart like they talked about. And we had over 400 people that we spent about $2,000, $2,500 a month going up for those 6 months in marketing to bring these people in. And we're bringing these people in, you have to understand, in a gym that doesn't exist and an idea that doesn't exist in Spain yet. So that was a very strenuous time also, just to get these people to join in. So March 12th comes along and we lose everybody, essentially. I mean, they're all in our database, they're all on our list, but March 12th comes along and we decide that it was time to do anything we can, Instagram, Zoom. We had a lot of help from the franchise on that aspect as far as the Zoom was concerned. They immediately signed a contract with Zoom. Everybody, all of us got a free business account with the Zoom people. We started to run classes as much as we can, but again, we had no followers. We had no people that knew what we were doing, and it made it very difficult. We did some Instagram every day. We did an Instagram video with one of our trainers who helped us out a lot during that time where we're all isolated at home. But now I'm going to go back and talk about what franchise did for us in such a difficult time. Obviously, everybody's been different. Each country's been different as far as regulations are concerned, when they open, when they close, when they were quarantined. We were essentially from March 12th until June 8th without being able to open. We were able to open a couple, like 1 week before June 1st, but it was only on an individual basis. And our class, as you saw, our classes are not individual. They're classes with up to 36 people, 27 to 36 people a lot of the times. As you saw in the video, everybody's very close together. It's a community, and you build this community by getting everybody close together and slapping high fives and And literally the workouts are based on survival. You know, you say you survive the end of the workout because they are so difficult. They're so intense, but they're so quick for 36 minutes. And that's when you're given the high fives and you're given the hugs and the body bumps and everything else. Well, obviously nowadays that's all out the window. That's not at all possible anymore. So what the franchise did for us, which was pretty amazing, was number one, with the Zoom home workouts, they immediately developed products, 2 different packages. One that came in like a little backpack where you can have like some kettlebell weights, some small weights, some bands, and things like that, which I think cost like about 75 or 80 euros. And then there was another one that was bigger, had a little bit more weights to it, a little bit more stuff. So your at-home workouts could be more complete with what we usually do. What we did with Zoom is we decided to do everything body weight because we don't know who has equipment in their house, who doesn't have equipment in their house. I've seen many people using like, you know, the 5-gallon jugs of water. We've seen all those crazy videos during the quarantine that everybody saw, but we decided that we wanted to do just regular body weight because the last thing we want to do is have someone throw up 5-gallon jug of water and on their shoulders and get injured and then blame us. So we were a little tentative to do the weight thing. When we opened, the franchise, who I despised and who I hated for 3 months, saved our life. And they did something that no other gym right now in Madrid has. And that's what I think has been our success. The secret to our success is they stationed off each person in 2-meter stations. Okay. I'm sure a lot of you are probably saying, well, every gym does that. It's true. A lot of gyms are doing that now, and they're stationing people off and they're making sure that the proper distance are up, because that's what the government demands. And that's what we have to do as a business. Otherwise we get fined. But what they did was they developed a way, as you saw in the video, there's televisions. Each person follows the television. You have your screen now. All right. Before, station 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 were stations that you walked around the room and you worked out and you moved around the room and you high-fived everybody. Now everybody stays in their same spot. The difference is that what we do better than any other gym right now in Madrid is each station that we have, there's 9 stations total. We can double up some people if they live together, if they're married, or if they're just good friends or family, whatever. We can double them up in one station if possible. Each station has different material, okay? So if you imagine station 1 has boxes for jumping, has dumbbells for certain types of weightlifting. It has barbells with weights, also with disc weights, has a jump rope in it. Station number 2 has 4 sets of different weighted kettlebells. It has a bicycle in it, a stationary bicycle. It has sliders because it's on like a rug type thing, a grass, artificial grass in the front. If you saw in the video, the blue part up front. So now each person has a different station that they train in. So all 9 people are doing a workout, but it's always a different workout. So if Hardis comes to my gym on Monday and he says, I want to do this workout on station number 1, we say, okay, that's great. Hardis, come on, put your shoes on, let's go. We'll on station number 1. If he comes on Wednesday, when it's a cardio day, we make sure that he goes to a different station. So it's a completely different workout. Our success has been the fact that so many people have come to us because they're tired of doing the same thing over and over again. They're tired of working out the same way over and over again. And every time they come to us, they're like, I could do something different every day. The videos change every 3 weeks. So essentially, if you've done every station, every workout, every different workout that we have, and you keep going around and around, after 3 weeks, you probably can repeat the same workout, but that's when we change all the exercises that come up on that TV. So it's been an extremely good experience in the end to be part of a franchise. If they didn't make this move, we would have been closed down. It would have been impossible for us to continue. Like I said, we've been open from June 8th. It's just been up and down. It's every time I feel like the wheels come off of the ground when, you know, an airplane taking off, it just seems like something puts us back down on the ground. And we've had a great month so far. My goal is about 300 customers, because I said we're a small gym. We're not a big gym that has 5,000 clients. My goal is 300, and right now we're halfway there, 6 months into this, and I feel like we're about to explode if everything stays good. And I know the COVID issue here in Spain is growing more and more. We clean all our equipment after every class. Everybody comes in, they're safe, they're secure. We had one week in the beginning of October where we had a couple of clients called up that said they had contacted or they've been in contact with somebody. They were feeling good. They weren't feeling good. They went and got tested, and they tested positive. So we shut the gym down for those 4 or 5 days. We were lucky that was it was right in the beginning or middle of October, where there was a long weekend. I think in Greece, it's the same long weekend. I think it was going to be when we were going to do the artist. What's the name of our event? There?
Our event, you mean?
In October, yeah.
Oh, Navarino Challenge.
Yeah, Navarino Challenge. Sorry, I can't
Okay.
even forget it. I think it was the same weekend of Navarino Challenge that happened to us. So we shut the gym down. We fumigated. We did a whole ozone cleaning, and since then, knock on wood as much as I can, we haven't had any COVID issues. But it's been a difficult challenge. I've seen people quit throughout this. I have a different mentality, as most of you know. If you're listening to me, you probably know that I played basketball, and I was fortunate enough to be on a lot of winning teams. My mentality is 1 year from now, I want to look back and say that, excuse my language, but I kicked COVID's ass, and we stayed open, and we persevered, and we succeeded in spite of everything that we have going against us, where other people's attitude might be the fact that they look back a year from now and say, I shut down because of COVID. It really wasn't my fault. And that may happen to me. It may happen. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. We're every day is a new day for us. It's a new challenge. Our capacity is limited to only 14 people. So my problem right now is I have 150 members that are paying, and I have a bunch of people new that I have to get into my gym so that I could convert them into members, so I can grow to that 300. I'm doing 8 classes a day, and I get 14 people in my class a day. So if you do the numbers, that's 112 people that I could go into my gym on a daily basis if I'm at full capacity. But I have 150 members, and I need 300. And that's the issue that we're dealing with as a business. We've grown to a point where it's difficult to continue to grow. We're doing it, but we don't know where to put the people. That's the biggest issue. And we hope that this goes away. The vaccination comes out and people feel a little bit more comfortable, then we can fit more people in the gym. But for right now, I can't compromise the health or the safety of my clients. And I want to make sure that I have clients. We're supposed to have clients at 1.5 meters apart. And that's what everybody says in restaurants, in bars, and whatever. It's 1.5 meters between people. I don't think personally that 1.5 meters in a gym is enough, because nobody's blowing out, no one's jumping, nobody's sweating in a bar or a restaurant if they're distanced properly. But in a gym, 1.5 meters is not enough. I'm at 14 people right now. I can legally be at 18 by the law, but I feel as though my customers right now are more important than the growth. As long as I can maintain my business, I'm going to keep it at 14 as long as I can, and then we'll decide to grow whenever we can. That's really about the the end of the story. And I don't know if anybody has any questions, or it's really an amazing story of how everything happened and how it came about. But like I said, I would have regretted not doing this. And for most of the time, I regret doing it also. It's put a strain on my wife and I because we both run the business. We're the people that are here on the ground. Our other partners are in Doha. So we're stuck with all of it, essentially.
Thank you so much, Mr. Arlauckas.
Thank you.
I'll have to say, if I speak in basketball terms, that you stole my pass a few minutes before by saying that we had a little bit of your magic F45 in Navarino Challenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That
I can stick to it.
When we did Navarino Challenge, I had no thought process about putting one in Madrid yet. That was just something that, we were doing, and it gave me an idea. What I wanted to say to it, I forgot, and I didn't believe in this product. I didn't believe in the product when it was presented to me. I knew that the gym was good. I knew that I can get a good workout, but I didn't believe in the product enough to open up a business. It took me about a month, from June 8th to July, I don't know, about my birthday, July 20th, to realize that F45, we have the best product on the market. And I'm not saying that because it's my business or anything. I'm saying it because the workout, the way it's designed, everything about it, the people just go crazy for it. I have people come in twice a day, every day. They come in, one is in the morning, then they go to another station in the afternoon, so they get a different workout in. I had one girl that came in the month of August. She came 45 times. She attended our gym 45 times in 30 days. So I mean, it's an addicting process, and it's a great product, and I believe in it more than ever right now. I've never been down to my playing weight. I've taken years and years and years to try to get down to 107 kilos, which was my original playing weight. And now I'm there without any problem. It's easy to stay there. I actually try to eat more so I could keep my weight instead of losing weight all the time.
So what you explained to us is so innovative as a program. We will move on to the audience questions that we already have received. I need to say to our audience that they have to follow our official hashtag Frontrunners2021 and activate our social media accounts, send their questions, and learn everything they want from our Frontrunners web conference. So we will start with the first question that came. And it says, what do gyms need to ensure that people exercise safely and adapt to this new normality?
Well, we try to keep as mandatory as we can wearing masks. I think that's one of the most important things. It's not easy to keep people with their masks on because they sweat. High intensity training, like our Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes, are high intensity aerobic. It becomes more difficult to breathe that mask in, and I struggle with it personally. We have some people that come in with their letters from a doctor that said they're either asthmatic or they have some breathing issues or whatever, and we try to have them just like, pull it down and pull it up and down. Some places have put up like glass panels, plastic panels in between customers. We decided not to do that. We have a very high ceiling. We have a machine that we put the machine in without knowing anything about COVID. It's an extractor, which takes all the air from inside the building and it sucks it out to the street, and then it rejuvenates the outside air into the building. It was very fortunate that we were lucky enough to put that machine in. We think that was something that has really helped us a lot. Other than that is cleanliness, is to stay clean, stay as clean as you can. We have a defogger, we have a machine that disinfects every weight. We have one of the trainers goes through on each station that's being used after the class, and we wash down everything. we have another type of workout, which is called ultimate. What we're running now is called circuit, where everybody's in the same spot. We have another type of workout that you can do your exercise in your spot, clean your weights, and then everybody moves to the spots like old F45. Before they never clean. Now you have to clean. The issue with that is I know for a fact that I will not clean my weights the same way my wife would clean her weights. You know what I mean? I'm not, and this isn't a man versus female thing. This is just a thing that some people are more of a clean freak and they like to clean things a little bit better. Other people don't. And I don't feel, I mean, we could run that right now. We could run that in Madrid. And I think people would be a little bit weary about it, but I'm staying away from it. I keep my distance. We have 3 meters between each person, more or less, unless you know somebody. And I think that's the best way to keep it safe, is keep it clean as you can. It's so hard in a traditional gym though, because you can't follow everybody around and know what they use and what weight they use. In our gym, we know exactly what they use because it's in that station and it doesn't move from that station. So we're lucky enough that we can just spray it down, wash it down, wipe it, and then put it back in its place for the next class.
Okay, thank you. We will now move on to our next question, more of a personal question I see from Angelos. He's saying, how hard was it for you to get out of your comfort zone? Probably meaning out of the basketball zone.
Well, I mean, are we talking about the gym only? Because if we're talking about the gym,
yes, exactly.
Yeah. It's a gym, and I spent many years throughout my life in a gym. And when I stopped playing basketball, which was the hardest moment of my life to getting out of a comfort zone, I still went to the gym every day, because even when I was somewhat depressed at times, I went through a divorce. I had some difficult moments in my life after I played because I wasn't prepared for retirement. I wasn't prepared for what life was going to bring me. The gym was my sanctuary. It was my medicine. Yeah, I went to a doctor for depression. He gave me a bunch of pills. I took a couple pills for anti-anxiety. After the 3rd day, I called him up. I said, these pills aren't doing anything for me. I don't feel any better. And he said, well, he's like, they take a month and a half to actually like take effect. And I said, well, after a month and a half, I'm going to be addicted to them. He's like, no, you won't be addicted, but it's just hard to get off of them. I'm like, yeah, that's addiction. So the gym was my pill, you know, it was my pill every day. And so this hasn't taken me out of my comfort zone because it's something I love to do every day. I love the gym. I love to be in the gym. I love to work out in the gym. It's just changed my life. It's changed the way that I was living before. And, but doesn't that happen to everybody who opens up a new business, I guess? I mean, I'm not saying anything that's not new to anybody who's on here that's actually opened up a new business or trying to open up a new business. It changes your life, and just that COVID and everything else has brought more challenges, I think, than anybody could have expected. And I'm not the only one. I mean, I'm not the only one that's dealing with this, obviously.
So another question comes from our administrator on social media. They are asking, with the personalized approach offered by F45, do you believe that you had an advantage in dealing with the implications of COVID-19?
I believe the franchise, like I explained, when they put the new method of working out in, was our advantage. It was a big advantage for us. The fact that we're classes only, we don't have treadmills, we don't have the traditional equipment that most gyms have. We can only run classes. We can do some personal training here and there, like off hours, but our classes are 45 minutes. I mean, that's it. So in my first reality or first thought process was, we're done, we're finished, because there's no way anybody, and I'm not like I'm not one of those germ people, you know, I mean, I'll hug a person, I'll kiss a person. You know, I mean, you guys know me in Greece, you know, I'm friendly, I'm touchy-feely. So I've never been one of those people that are nervous about passing germs or whatever. And when I realized what's going on, and I started going out shopping during the day during Corona, and I was like so afraid of like touching anything, you know, I said, man, this gym's never going to work. There's no way. The philosophy of F45 is not going to work anymore. And then they came up with the circuit. So yeah, are we unfortunate that the type of classes or the type of gym that we are is at a disadvantage in a COVID atmosphere? Yes. But we do have the advantage of the fact that the franchise came up with innovative ways to change our workouts and to make them just as enjoyable and follow their philosophy of that. You'll never, ever do the same workout on F45 unless you choose to.
Okay, I understand. So our next question has to do.
Hey, Harris, are you making up these questions or are people really asking?
No, of course. We have the social media.
There
We
you
are
go.
active, of course, always. People are asking now, with the gyms being closed down for a very long time, do you expect demand for gym memberships to increase once the COVID restrictions have disappeared? And do you view this as an opportunity for the future?
Yeah, we've been pretty lucky. Like I said, I mean, knock on wood or whatever. We've been since June 8th. Madrid has been pretty adamant about keeping the economy open and keeping businesses open, and trying to control the cases. I'll give you a little rundown. On June 8th, before we opened up the gym again, I called up our partner, who the guy I told you about that has like 12 or 13 of them. And I said, hey, Scott, you know, our Spain is not a place like Greece where people are used to paying, you know, 139, 140, 150 euros a month to go to a gym to work out, unless there's a hot tub and a sauna and a pool. And we have none of that. We just have a gym with a locker room. I said, do you think we should lower the price to 99 a month just to get, you know, as like a grand opening for us? And he said, don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. He's like, if anything, he's like, now's the time to raise the price, because people are dying to get out of their house. They're dying to go to a gym. They're dying to be part of that community again. So he said, let's just keep it at the price that we're at, and let's see what happens from there. We started out at 119, we went to 129, and now we're at 139 for a monthly membership. We have a lot of different other memberships also. So if this vaccination works and everything, people start to feel comfortable, I feel like we're in the perfect place at the perfect time, to be honest with you. It's like I said before, you know, I want to go back 1 year from now, look back and say, man, I kicked its ass, man. That's my attitude. That's my mentality. And I think we can do this if everything just kind of relaxes a little bit.
So the question that also goes with your answer right now is it the F45 way the future for all gyms?
Yes, without a doubt. There's no doubt. There's so many other gyms that try to copy it. We've had, and we know because we did our market research before we opened up the gym. We've been to every gym in the city. My wife and I have been working out in every other gym in the city. We know that we have the best product by far. We also know, you know, we give a 1 week free membership. Now it's 1 week for €7. But before, every gym in town gives a 1-day membership and they try to upsell you. We give a 1 week membership, and our goal is to have you come to my gym 3 times in that week minimum. Some people come all 7 days because they love to get something for free. Other people come 4 or 5, but we try to get them in the gym. We have a success rate of about 69 to 72% in our gym if we get that person to come to our gym more than 3 times in 1 week. So it's important that that person comes in and sees what the product is. During those times where we were giving 1 week passes away, we started to see trainers and managers and owners of other gyms in town coming in and taking our week pass and sitting there like taping with their iPhones, you know, taping how the class goes and everything else. And we've had 2 of them that we've become friends with. And they've said the same thing. Like, no matter what you do, no matter how you scout this place, no matter how you do it, it's almost impossible to replicate it without doing it exactly the same way. And that's the advantage that we have. And we have all kinds of managers and owners coming into our gym trying to figure out how we do it, but we have too much material for them, so it's very difficult for them to compete with us.
Okay. Of course, we're doing online classes. This was in our presentation saying that. So one last question. What would be your advice to the fitness community? What would you say to those people working on the fitness sector to focus on during the pandemic and the post-COVID that we're expecting?
I mean, first of all, it's perseverance, obviously. A lot of people have a lot of physical perseverance. They have a lot of mental perseverance, like myself, to get through difficult situations and to get through times. Nobody expected this to ever happen, number one. I don't think anybody ever expected this to be as long as it is also, which makes it even more difficult to overcome. You have to stay with your online customers, doing your online videos as much as you can. We did Instagram videos for the first month of COVID when we were quarantined. And those Instagram videos you put into the Instagram stories so that people could like go back to them 24 hours and they could still do the workout no matter, you don't have to always do it live. Where the Zoom, it's a little bit more of a live version. That's unfortunately, Harris, is the easy part, to continue to stay in contact with your customer base. Offer them what other people might not be able to offer. If you can go outside and do like outdoor, like boot camp workouts, do that. Do whatever you can to get that community, keep that community in, and to keep in contact with them. That's what we tried to do throughout the month that we were quarantined. But the problem was, like I said, we were quarantined without any real customers. We didn't have any, we couldn't put any faces with the names. So we didn't know who was who. Going back to perseverance, there's a difference between being strong, persevering, getting through difficult times, and then there's a financial aspect also that is the hardest part. We've taken a tremendous hit. Our budget was for between 350 and 400,000 euros to open up the gym and to have everything all set, marketing and so on and so on. We're up to over 450,000 now because we've had to continue to pay for so many things during this COVID outbreak. You still have to continue to pay rent, no matter, it depends on who the owner of your place is, if he's going to give you a break, if he's not going to give you a break. We had to fight a little bit with the owner of our space. We got an okay deal, but now we're paying for it. We got an okay deal up front while we're doing it, but we're paying, we kind of deferred those payments to a later date. So, now is the time where we have to make more money to be able to pay that rent. So there's two different types of perseverance that we're talking about. One is the physical and the mental perseverance and to be able to get through it. And I guess the ideological perseverance too, to be more creative, to do something more innovative as far as outdoor workouts or whatever. And then there's the business side, which is the financial times. We've had to keep one of my employees, of course, is my wife, so I couldn't get rid of her. It's not that easy to get rid of her, unfortunately. she's part of the business, through and through, so she needed to stay around. We have one other employee that we had. We were actually lucky, Harris, to be closed down on March 12th, because if we would have opened up in January, I would have had maybe 5 more employees that I would have been paying through that time. So, there's always some sort of silver lining in every issue or every story. So I think that's the thing. Stay strong, until your financial resources run out. At least, I don't know, every situation is different. And we've been lucky enough to have some backing and we've had enough money coming in now, as far as our monthly income is concerned, to get us just about there every month.
Perfect. That's the perfect message. So we are closing with a positive view
Let's hope everything will be well and will run smoothly in 2021. It was a true honor to have you with us. This is the end of our session. So, Mr. Arlauckas, I would love and hope to see you soon in Greece again.
I can't wait, guys. I can't wait to come back. I'm dying.
Thank you so much.
See you guys. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here.